graduate of the Australian College of Veterinary Nursing, and I work as a veterinary nurse at Ringwoodies Vet Care in Melbourne. The most valuable part of my ACVN journey is ACVN prepared me for literally any scenario. Whether it was an anxious dog, a very feisty cat, right up to an emergency. My first emergency was a hypothermic dog. I would stop and think, okay, what did ACVN teach me? And I was able to navigate that scenario based on what I was taught and successfully do so. My biggest worry before enrolling with ACVN was that I didn't possess the intelligence needed to study veterinary nursing, e.g. mathematics, science. It wasn't my strong suit when I was in high school. However, that's not the case at all. Once studying those areas with ACVN, you apply it to your everyday practice in a clinical setting and it just becomes second nature, and it was quite easy. There was no worry once I started working in a practical setting. My actual experience was very positive. There was no, whatever worries, inhibitions that I had were quickly squashed once I started working in a clinical setting, because you have a lot of support when you work in clinic. I'm still being taught something new every day by my colleagues, my vets. You never stop learning, and that's the beauty of studying veterinary nursing. I was a qualified professional piano teacher before I started studying with ACVN. I went through university for 10 years studying classical piano performance, piano teaching and musicology. When I was 34, my daughter was born and I decided I had enough of piano teaching. I've been doing it for 20 years by that stage, and my husband was very supportive and he said, what do you want to do? And when I was a child, I actually wanted to pursue veterinary science, and I said, I would love to do veterinary nursing. He said, okay, and here I am. How did I balance study with my work and life? Initially it was a little bit tricky, but it didn't take long before I was able to balance study, work and life. I stopped teaching piano and I was very lucky. I was able to find placement at a local veterinary clinic, and approximately 6 to 12 months later, I'm here at Ringwoodies Vet Care, and I continued working part-time while studying. I was able to learn here, I was able to do all of my assessments here. Everyone was very supportive of that. So it was quite quickly I was able to balance both of those aspects of my life. What surprised me most about fitting study into my routine is ACVN veterinary nursing course is designed to fit in with your life. So you work at your pace, and there was always support wherever needed, whether it was my colleagues or the educators, all these extra resources that ACVN exposed me to. It was just, my learning was just developing more and more every day, and my love for veterinary nursing just grew exponentially. I had had enough of piano teaching by the 20-year mark. I was entering a new phase in my life with a newborn. I had a husband, and something in me said, that's it, I want to change careers. And honestly, I was 34. It's never too late to change careers. It doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter where you are and what stage of your life you're in. Just do it. I am the happiest I've ever been. I love my job. I enjoy going to my clinic every day. I enjoy getting out of bed. I can't wait to get to my clinic, and there's something new every single day. The moment I felt proud of my decision to enrol was, I was thrown into a situation quite recently where MARS, Melbourne Animal Referral Specialists, came to our clinic to do a TPLO. They needed an extra nurse. There was a vet here, 2 nurses, they needed another surgical nurse. They're a specialist team, and my boss, Dr. Quinn Tai, shout out to him, he said, right, Nat, off you go, they need another nurse. And I thought, oh my gosh, I've never worked with a specialist team. I had been a graduate only for approximately 6 months at that time, and I was able to work with this specialist team. They were very supportive, and get through this surgery. The patient was tricky as well. They were holding their breath during a large majority of the surgery, and I was able to breathe for that patient, monitor that patient, get them stable again, work with the team, learn a thing or two along the way. How prepared did I feel starting placement after my foundation subjects? Very, very prepared. I was very lucky. I found placement within a month. There were no issues there. The foundation subjects really did prepare me for working in a clinic. The educators, they were there every single day. I was able to make an appointment very quickly, a phone call. They would call me if they needed to discuss something further. There was just constant support, and I really appreciated that. Opportunities that have arisen after graduation, as I said before, I was able to work with the specialist team, which was amazing. I felt like I'd leveled up as well. This team also came to me afterwards and said, "Nat, I'm proud of you." It was quite valuable. I felt quite proud of myself, to be honest. And all I can say is to anyone thinking of studying, just do it. You won't regret it.